national anthem of China.
I don't know about you, Mick, but that's always one of my favorite times of the game. The national anthems is all about playing for your country. See these guys.
The referees for the game are Rabah Hisham from Lebanon, Yevgeny Mikhail from Kazakhstan, Paul Becker-Scott from Australia, and the commissioner Marwan El Amil from Lebanon.
Let's go! Go!
28 years old. Who else do you think played for Hawaii? There's been many players, but of very recent international basketball past. In fact, he still does play. Do you want to think about that, or shall I tell you?
Well, that was the New Zealand kid.
Isaac Foto. That's it.
That's what
I wonder if he might be watching this. Maybe not. He might be watching the Tall Blacks later.
There's also a good American plays on the circuit, plays for Hawaii too, isn't there? I'm trying to think of his name. Shooter.
Good place to play basketball, really. Hawaii. Good work if you can get it. Well, welcome to Beirut, folks. It's Beirut, Lebanon. It's the FIBA Asia Cup. It's day 2, and we're off. And it's China against the Philippines. Please contain your enthusiasm. Seriously, this is big-time basketball in Asia. China in white, and the Philippines in the blue. And Stan Hardinger, you can see he's going to struggle in that low post against all that beef down low that China has on their front line.
Land of the Giants in there, Jeff, isn't it, for the Chinese team, that's for sure.
And speaking of land of the Giants, well, Zhou's going to take the shot and miss it. Zhou Peng, one of the veterans, 27 years of age. It was interesting because Han Daejun was, had the ball in the low blocks and he passed it out. But he is, he's a big, big man.
Yeah, well, he plays hard too. I like him. Saw him play in practice the other day. He's a real competitor.
Well, getting down low is Jabeth Aguilar.
Yeah, Jabeth Aguilar, Jeff, they've just isolated Han one-on-one from that free throw line. Aguilar maybe the better ball handling skills.
And look at Gabe Norwood steal it. We're in the afro now. And Castro, oh, nice dunk to Stan Hardinger.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, they'll play some real pretty basketball, the Filipino teams. And nice little draw Han forward there from Castro.
And now the offensive foul turns it back over to the Philippines. The foul was on number 20. Of China, Ren. So another chance, and the three-pointer is good from Aguilar.
Yeah, they're on a tear right now, Jeff. That is a big, big shot.
Seems to be a cluster of Filipino fans in the arena here, right behind the bench. You can see them over there rocking and rolling. 7-0 start, and then nobody picks up the driver.
And Liu just goes flying down. The defense just got right out of his way.
A little bit of matador defense, and Stan Hardinger is bumped. And looks like he may have turned his ankle.
Come up short there, Jeff, hasn't he?
Aguilar has been the hot man. He scored inside, scored outside, hands it off to Castro. Probably the most highly regarded of the Filipino players, really, for the past several years, and maybe all time. Jason Castro.
Well, when Jim Alapag retired, Jeff, it was left to somebody to step into the shoes, and Castro was the one that stepped in. Alapag's the real true
icon.
Exactly right. And
that said, for Castro to do it almost as seamlessly as he's done it.
Yeah, exactly right. He didn't play in 213. I think it was he didn't make the squad in 13. Easy in 2 here.
And China quickly to the other end.
But Castro came good in the Asian Championship somewhere.
2015?
Yeah, exactly. No, but before that. It was just after Miller in 213. Foul here against Liu Xiaoyu. Number 5, he's got all 4 points for China and got a first foul too.
And the free throw is good from Jason Castro. Full name Jason Castro William, in fact. Goes by Jason Castro. And Philippines go back up 8-4. It's interesting, though. I guess maybe it's a case of what do you remember recently, or what have you done for me recently? Because a lot of the players that have been picking their All-Star 5 or their dream team for Asia have had Jason Castro in it.
Yeah, and all credit to him too. It's you know, he's a tough player, can shoot the ball, he runs his team. Little zone here for Philippines too.
Oh, but they just split it inside, no problem. China just missed an easy one.
You know, if I have a complaint of Zhou Peng, number 10 for China, I just don't think he plays hard enough.
Three-pointer is good for the Philippines, number 35, Matthew Wright. And a little bit of chest bumping as they go over there. It's a party. The party has broken out on the Filipino bench.
And you know what? You watch the Philippines play to get the ball down quickly the other end, and they're going to shoot threes, left, right, and center.
And look at China. It's like the post-mortem is underway. Two distinctly different looking plays. Bill Fang trying to fire up his team, get some execution. I mean, the main thing is they've had some good shots and they've just missed them. It's almost as if the Philippines said, here, China, score. And China has just missed a couple of shots.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say, Jeff, is that China want to play big man's ball. So they've got two bigs in the floor, and Zhou Peng, who's 6'9" himself, is the three-man. Well, you look at the Philippines team, they're not going to play big ball. They're going to play quick, down the floor, you know, fast break stuff. They're going to accelerate the tempo, exactly what China doesn't want to play. Look at number 6, Ailun Gu, walking onto the floor here. He's hardly had a look. He's the best Chinese product they've got coming out of this team. Incredibly talented guard, the number 6 for China.
Whoa, yep. People wondering, maybe he would cross the Atlantic one day. And the quick hands from Norwood. And the turnover.
So you got bigs trying to make plays now, and it's just too quick a game for him right now.
Oh, look at Castro explode, and then Stan Hardinger is fouled.
I think head coach of China, Mr. Du Feng, needs to play a bit of small ball here, but I don't know whether he's got that in his repertoire.
Saw the replay there, clear foul. Well spotted by the ref. What do you think of that free throw motion from Stan Hardinger? Is there a little hitch?
I'll give it my close eye.
Watch right now.
Oh yeah, forget it.
But it was pointed out to me that it's almost Pistol Pete Maravich-like. Taking it from the holster?
Maybe. You know. Han goes in, nice move.
Han powers his way up for China.
You know, if you're Philippines, that's what you've got to try and avoid, that little dump down low and let the big man go to work. You've got to come and double team that, really. All I remember of Pete Maravich, Jeff, you probably saw him more play. He was down your way growing up, but he could score.
I'm not that old, come on.
But he could score.
Another battle for the rebound. Stan Hardinger comes down with it. And Norwood gets it into the corner. Penetration, the drive from Aguilar. And Big Han gets the rebound.
Hey, Jeff, how quick was Castro in to see that outlet pass on
there's no substitute for quickness in sports.
No, you can't teach it, Jeff. You can't teach height, and you can't teach quickness. You can improve quickness, but you can't. If somebody's not quick to begin with, it's tough. There you go. This is what they got to try and come up with a plan to avoid this.
He misses, and then the rejection. And the Australian referee blows the whistle, much to the chagrin.
Jeff,
and Chat Reyes is chewing out the referee, and he's telling him to sit down or he's going to get a tee.
Jeff, there must be 25 Filipino fans behind the bench, but what a noise they're making. Look at this block shot. That's a block. That's why Reyes is upset.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, Chat's been warned. He needs to chill out. shot is too hot to trot right now. He needs to sit down. He's made his point. There you go. Easy does it. He sat down. And, I mean, these things are going to even out over the course of the game.
Normal service resumed. That's what you're trying to say, is it?
There's a big go Gilas sign or banner behind the team.
Oh, big time. You know, it doesn't matter where the Philippines play.
Norwood off the back of the rim.
It doesn't matter where they play. They're always heavily supported, aren't they?
They are. And nice little turnaround baseline jumper.
Chopin there with a little bit of an array of talent.
Castro pulls up at the line.
And China have done well. Oh my goodness me! Another outlet pass intercepted.
Sneaky Norwood.
Well, you know what, Jeff? It's just lazy play, really, isn't it, from the Chinese bigs?
Matthew Wright's already hit the 1-3. Stan Hardinger now pick and roll, and he gets it back and scores. Or screen and roll, whatever you want to say.
Now, you haven't seen Jumar Fayada play. He's injured today. He's a factor in games. He's a big body out there. He really helps the Filipino team.
And now, well, on Gilas as they play D.
Stan Hardinger's got this foul. I think the referees are saying he's holding. You know, he complained a little bit, but then gave up the complaints. I presume there's some truth to this call from the referee. He's not going to get much of a look at it again, I don't think. Chinese players there, Jeff, hands on knees. They can't be tired right now, but I think the pace of this game is taking them by surprise. You know, they were huffing and puffing in practice the other day. The journey took a lot out of them, I think, getting down here.
Well, three-pointer no good, and Norwood collects it. One thing you'd say about probably all of these Filipino players is they can rebound and run.
Oh yeah, they're going to get it out. Look at this Aguilar on the perimeter now. They're going to go one-on-one here.
And Castro splits the D. Oh, that was on the way down, wasn't it?
Beautiful block.
Maybe it caught it before. And now China, they get rejected, and for the second time a foul has been called on the Philippines.
Hey Jeff, you missed a bit of afters there as well, because who is it? Almazan's gone in. And watch Almazan, number 20 here in your screen. I think he steps on a hand here. Almost got his right foot stepped on the hand there of the big fella Chopin shooting the right, he goes to the floor, puts his hand on the floor there. Now watch what happens. Chopin wasn't really too happy with it.
Another missed free throw. Miss, and this time, good strength from China, but then he wasn't able to finish, and Hugh aggressively takes it away, goes up, doesn't complete, and steps out of bounds. He's the youngster who's been averaging double-doubles all the way through the youth ranks.
He did everything right, gets the rebound. The first thing he does, though, is bring it down, and as soon as you bring it down, these Filipino guards are going to be all over you.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Almathan.
And Norwood holds his hands up there to the coach Chocolate Hayes to say, listen, I need to shoot that. It wasn't a great pass. You know, Almazan was literally 2 feet away from him.
And good again, quick hands. Abueva crosses midcourt, and then Abueva looked like he was going to charge into the man, and he goes and picks up Lou. Fantastic photo if you go to the tournament website, FIBA.basketball/Asia Cup/2017, and you'll see Abueva snarling just at the camera.
This is close to being offensive. I think if Liu Xiaoyu gets into a better defensive position, the referees might have given it to him.
Terrence Romeo has checked in.
Oh, we got some fireworks going on now. If Romeo's in.
Does he look like he's beefed up a bit?
No. he looks. He was that buff last summer when I saw him play.
His jersey's a little baggy, perhaps. Anyway, there he is. You can see him.
He's a serious contender. He's tough. Him and Tony Parker, that showdown last year was something to behold, I tell you. Just see what he comes up with right now.
Labreva rattles it in and extends the Philippines lead.
This is Wu, 33, who was getting a right chewing out in practice the other night. And China had an hour's practice before the tournament.
Whoa, hands it off. And the pump fake got Almathan off of his feet, and Lee Gan, the veteran, earns a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, if you look at Lee Gan, 6'5", you know, he's not going to jump out of the gym on you. That's why he's pump faking like that. And did really well to get to himself to the foul line for 2 shots.
So the first one is good, and it has been every bit as exciting as we anticipated, and a lot of that is because how Gilas played basketball. End-to-end excitement. No wonder those fans love him so much. Look at this baseline. Here's a Bueva, and a little runner.
China have done well there. Big chance to creep into this lead now. Rowe's not really had much of a look.
And the jump is batted away, so Hugh couldn't catch it.
Yeah, poor post up from Hugh, really. He gets great position. Got to go after the ball.
And Terrence Romeo takes the shot. Oh, and then a headbutt and an unsportsmanlike on a Bueva.
That's see you
a
later.
Headbutt.
He'll get tossed for that.
He's either going to get tossed or it's getting nasty out there.
That was shocking, Jeff.
Abueva's got to maintain his composure or he's going to hurt his team.
I've never seen anything like it, Jeff. Never ever seen anything like that. I hope Genlee's okay.
Well, you definitely don't want to see that. Lee again, yep, is the veteran, so you're not sure what was said, what the altercation was, why Abueva did it. But to be fair, when he was fouled after he crossed midcourt, he took a couple of steps towards the player that fouled him. I can't remember who it was, and I thought he was going to go after him then.
Jeff, I'm going to give you a school of thought. You're going to see this again here. There's Abueva goes down there. Now Lee Gan looks at him. You see he's looking at him. Whew, Jeff, I'm going to tell you 2 schools of thought, right? One is shot raised should bring him out of the game straight away. Sit him down. There's no place for that in any game, in any sport, anywhere in the world.
No, I agree.
Second thing, the referees need to kick him out.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to go. He needs to go. And
There
if
is-
you're a Filipino fan, you don't worry about it because you know what? It's in the group game, and you're probably still going to advance.
Well, you know what, Jeff? There's no
But
way he should be on the floor now.
I am utterly amazed he hasn't taken him out of the game. Maybe he hasn't seen what happened. But if that's just transpired, you can only imagine what else is going to happen.
Well, the referees are saying something now. He's
I think
tossed.
he just sent him to the shower.
Yeah, he's gone.
He
Yep.
said, "You go take an early shower, Carlos." Excuse me, Calvin Abueva. So Calvin Abueva out, and who's going to come back in? So we're also going to see coming into the game number 16 for the Philippines, Roger Pagoy. And also Carl Cruz.
Yeah, he's having to be walked. And I, you know what? I got no issue with things happening in games that are, you know, heat of the moment. But you have to sort of make a statement and say, listen, some things we just don't allow in basketball.
Yeah, the thing that worries me is you see Norwood up the line. Didn't seem to be any type of recognition that what he had done merited being ejected. I mean, you know what? If you're out on the playground and this kind of stuff happens, okay, maybe it's the law of the jungle. But in here, you know what? You got to play by the rules.
I can understand it. He's your teammate. You support him, all right? Oh,
Yeah.
what have you done wrong? Okay, so you feel aggrieved. No problem. But you know, there's a line you draw. Called the Glasgow handshake back home. That should heat things up a little, Jeff. If it wasn't already a little high-octane game.
Here's Guo, spins, and back out to the young man Hugh, and he misses. Terrence Romeo, and Romeo felt the contact, so he put it up, and
A bump from Lee Gann. He's saying I did nothing wrong. He played pretty decent defense until the end. I think Romeo may have sold that one, but you know, all credit to him.
I'm trying to remember, you know,
You're
looking
going to see
back,
it here, Jeff.
looking back, you see Romeo, yep. See, is he thinking about passing here, or is he thinking all the way? No, he was going to score. He was trying to get to the line, yeah. You know, they put a pretty good whipping on him in the final a couple of years ago, and Abueva played, and you know, that was in China, and there was a full house, and it was, you know, some of this stuff, is there a history to it for what Abueva did? You know, both of these players were in that game. You just never know.
No. I think that when Lee Gann knocked Abueva down and he stared at Abueva,
Yeah.
that was a signal to me that Abueva, maybe the red mist descended.
And maybe, you know, maybe Lee Gann should have.
You don't stare.
If
If you're going to stare at somebody, you better be ready to fight.
Oh, Romeo puts up the J, and it's good right over Lee Gann.
Yeah, he's getting his medicine right now, Lee Gann.
I think China actually, they were in New Zealand, weren't they, warming up for this, and they actually stopped playing one game because of how the game was being officiated. So,
Is that right?
Yeah. Anyway, quick response and a silly turnover for the Philippines. So both teams now have turned it over.
That's a killer one right there, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got, you know, a lot of things going with Abueva out. Now here's Guo, and the Philippines get away with it. They dodge the bullet, and then the foul.
Super rebound from Roger Pagoy, flying in.
Lou.
Go down to the other end for his two shots.
So no more Calvin Abueva the rest of the way for Gilas, and they're going to have to get in there and scrap without him. And they will be back at the line. I think it's, obviously we don't want to talk about this all day, but I think also with Abueva, he has that hard man type mentality, doesn't he, that he brings to the court. And there is a place for his style and what he brings emotionally and his hard play. Just
There's a line you don't
You got to
cross.
rein. Yeah,
There's a line you don't
exactly.
cross. You know, and that's unfortunately where it happened. Oh yeah, I agree with you. The mentality, the physical mentality.
And how do you see this Philippines team reacting the rest of the way? I mean, they've reacted well so far, but how will they cope without him?
I'm sure they'll use it. They use their advantage. I mean, it's they'll, you know, like I said, when it's your teammate, you know, you support your teammate. You're hard done by. It doesn't really matter what's happened. You support your teammate, and they're going to rally right behind it.
It's funny because you talked about this last night. These guys have to eat in the same dining room every day, every night. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Good job.
Better watch out.
Good job. It's a big dining room.
But you better get a table far away from those two. And the free throw is good, so that takes it up to 23-14 with just under a minute remaining.
Just to see, you talk about the effect it has in the Philippines, Jeff. Just to see the effect it's going to have on China. Will they be? One of the things that criticized is that when it gets a little hard and tough, they can't quite match it with teams.
Here's Li Gan, has it knocked out of his hands, and the ref makes the right call again. It was off of Gilas, but 8 seconds on the shot clock.
You go back to the Bob Donald era, Jeff.
Yeah, I was thinking about that already.
Chinese teams fighting left, right, and center, and the team was heavily criticized for it.
Brazil? Okay, against Brazil?
Yeah.
Spin move, and Norwood goes up, doesn't get it. Li Gan beats him to the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds and back over to Gilas.
Yeah, Guo Ailun, the number 6 here for China's having a bit of a rough time. Well, that might be backcourt. Oh, goodness me.
And now the drive, and the basket is good from number 16, Roger Pagoy. Final 10 seconds, the Philippines with their biggest lead of the game, up 12 points on the Far East Giants. Whoa, nails the jump shot. Just a step behind the free throw line. So let's see if that calms China down. Maybe get him a little bit more involved.
Hey,
As
Jeff.
it is, it's a 26-16 lead for the Philippines at the end of one.
At the end of the first quarter, the score is 16 China, 26 Philippines.
Philippines with that Japath Aguilar fast start put them on the way, and you can see here the shooting numbers. Look at those three-pointers: 3 of 3 for Gilas, 0 of 3 for China, and also the free throws. What is going on there if you're China?
Yeah, Jeff, I put it simply down to the fact that Philippines just out-hustled them. There's Japath Aguilar with the first move. Philippines just come out and just out-hustled the Chinese right from the start. The Chinese want to play at a certain pace. Philippines want to play at a quicker pace, and that's really unsettled the bigs, especially for China. And in terms of shooting free throws, you never know where your wobbles might happen in certain games.
It's interesting that when Yao Ming became president of the Chinese Basketball Association, he decided to create 2 senior teams, split up and put some of the starters from the first team on each team. And now they've taken players from both of those teams and put them on this one team. Obviously, the idea is that he's deepening the pool of talent. Here's Romeo, and the rebound and the putback from Pagoy.
A shocking basketball from China. The missed three-pointer, and nobody boxes out Pagoy. Excellent work for the Philippines. They're just out-hustling the Chinese team right now.
Well, this time, Big Han gets it inside.
Yeah, there's a mismatch defensively there with no bump on the back screen. Got to help on that back screen for Han going through.
turnover. Who has it? And now an unsportsmanlike on Terrence Romeo. Was it tripping?
I missed that completely, yeah. Romeo getting a little ahead of himself, trips on the floor.
Watch this.
That's what happens here. There's a slip there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Didn't do much.
He didn't complain, but I mean,
We get a chance to see that again from a different angle, see exactly what he did. The referee was closest to everything, except for the cameraman behind the basket there.
Another missed free throw for China. You just wonder, you know, what all of these misses are going to add up to by the end of the game. I think it's safe to say that right now the temperament is questionable for the Philippines, but they have to play with a certain level of intensity, clearly, as do all teams, but perhaps especially them because they might be a tad undersized. So they're just kind of walking a fine line. And you can do that without committing sportsmanlike. In any event, 10-point lead. And the drive for China. And the follow. And now a three-point play opportunity for the young man, Hugh.
Yeah, you talked about his numbers coming in, Jeff, in terms of what he was producing back in the CBA. But highly thought of, that's for sure, this giant
From Zhejiang. The free throw. Han was getting some instructions from Coach Du Feng during the timeout. Romeo hands it off to Norwood. Norwood floats in there and makes it.
Well, you let Gabe Norwood go wandering into that lane. Another little push off there from the Chinese player.
Norwood's got good length, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, you're gonna like that about him. You know, he plays a couple of good positions, 2 and 3 he can play.
You can say the same about Japeth Aguilar. He's got good length.
Yeah.
And Hu now steps outside.
That's not what you want Hu, is it? You don't want Hu
No.
shooting that, really. Not the way he's played so far. He's had a few things go his way, but not much.
Romeo spins. Oh, bounce pass. Oh, what a play from the Philippines. Take that time.
Amazan just wasn't worried about anything getting blocked, was he? He's going to go and flush it.
Here's Big Han. And Han turns right into the defense, into Pagoy. Now Romeo. And Romeo pulls up and buries the three-pointer and points to the heavens. It's the Philippines right now on a roll.
Jeff, I'm going to tell you again, if China don't downsize and go small ball, this could get out of hand very, very quickly. Great play from Roger Pagoy because he just hesitated before he dashed in to double team the low post and steal the ball away from Han. And then the three down the other end. The Chinese defense in complete disarray. Nobody knows who's picking up who. Going to go back to Jason Castro. Castro did play in 213, but he was playing minutes with L.A. Tenorio, Larry David, Jim Alapak was coming to the end of his career back then. Talk about Castro being one of the greats in FIBA.
We're playing our open.
Right.
We just need to know who to attack. Okay, he can attack this man. You can attack your man anytime.
Philippines
Okay?
Played
Ang
at
laban na lang dito, rebound. Ang lalaki ng lineup nila.
2014
Kailangan natin lahat ng rebound.
Basketball
Let's
World
rebound.
Cup.
Let's go.
They really played well. I mean, they played well in Sevilla, I think it was. They won one game, but all of their games
They
were
were all
close.
close, weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when they went to the OQT, the Olympic qualifying last summer, you know, you're in a team of 6 teams, and France and Canada are there, and you, even with home court advantage, they just couldn't quite turn the corner of getting through those Class A teams, really.
Whoa, passes into the corner and he gets rejected. Follows, and now Norwood. And now Lee Gin was getting into it, and the referee was watching it.
Something happened there. China's just not ready to play, Jeff. They're getting out hustled everywhere.
And the three-pointer from Japeth Aguilar. Oh no, Almathon is good.
He plays for Rain or Shine, and that was a Rain or Shine. Jay, here we go. This is going to kick off here, Jeff.
Yeah,
careful.
it is. Carl Cruz went down the previous trip down, and you're getting to the point where, again, if you're the Philippines, watch this, the rejection.
That's afters, isn't it? What's Lee? It's again Lee.
I mean, to be fair, it looked like Cruz kind of came down from behind on Lee Gin.
Yeah, I think definitely that happened, but it was the next bit we missed after the camera left it. Matt Wright going to come back in. The technical foul here is going to go against Carl Cruz for flopping.
Yeah.
And Carl Cruz is saying there was an elbow. It's Lee Gin again, and everything, isn't he?
Brings out the best.
Mr. Everywhere.
I think there obviously has to be some history. China just having a wide open nightmare at the free throw line.
There's a technical foul. That's what wasn't supposed to. Just a technical foul. So one free throw only.
Again, taking the three, and Hugh keeps it alive. China now getting a lot of offensive rebounds and scrapping. Romeo reaches in, tries to knock it away. He does, but he's called for the foul.
Yeah, China getting some good looks in there. They just can't finish, can they? Liu Xiaoyu had a couple of looks at the offensive rebound, then the big man Hu comes in. He completely fluffs his lines.
It's a 17-point Filipino lead. Is this, in your opinion, insurmountable right now? The way China are playing?
No. I fully expect China to come back in, but I'm not sure they can win it.
He again takes the three, goes down, and beats his chest. Gets it back to a 14-point deficit.
Bit of trash talking. He's still talking to himself. And the referee's going to call it tight from here on, and Guo gets a foul here. Wow, that's his third foul, Jeff. Guo Ailun, I don't think he's come out of the game yet. And it shows you how valuable he is to this team. He's played 11 minutes, so been out 3 or 4 minutes.
And that was a great decision by Almathon not to come down with it, but to take the shot as he was getting the contact. And he goes to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I just wonder whether he felt the contact first, therefore you go up and take it, don't you?
I'm just wondering, is there, with Abueva, I mean, is there a possibility he would miss the next game if it's reviewed further?
I think that's automatic, Jeff, isn't it? I'm not sure. You're just hitting something there. You might be right.
I need to investigate.
It doesn't happen very often, that's for sure.
Is errant, and with that, back to China. Another opportunity, and the long jump shot, another three-pointer, and suddenly the Chinese appear to have woken up.
Yeah, big shot there from Chopin. Just a little bit of space, that's all he needs.
Haven't seen Stan Hardinger for a while, have we? And now the pass back inside, and the dunk from Almathon, and he goes to the line after being fouled.
Jeff, it's unfathomable how a Chinese defense can get dunked on a simple pick and roll away from the ball. I mean, a pick and roll with no strong side help. You got to come over there. Somebody's got to come over and take the charge, surely. Look at this. Defense just standing watching.
What a difference he's made since coming into the game. Almathon.
Oh, big three, 2 dunks.
And rattles in the free throw and takes it back up to a 15-point advantage. Castro says, I want a piece of this. Just give me the ball. But all of these Filipino players are, quite frankly, just playing electric basketball right now. And that time, defense a little suspect for the Philippines.
What a rebound. What a rebound.
Almathon doing a great job. And as you said, he rebounds it away from Ren.
Well, Ren's arguing the fact he didn't reach, and Almathon's worked this well. He's moved the ball around, moved his wrist. Look what's this. This is the rebound here.
3 fouls, by the way, on
Now watch what happens next. He just moves around there, pushes in.
Yeah,
not much going on there, really, but
do China realize he's picked up his 3rd foul?
well, the assistant coach is down there, Jeff. Look, all arms folded. I'm not quite sure they're.
Meanwhile, Guo also has 3 fouls.
Yeah. Which shows you they don't have much of a backup, doesn't it?
Castro drives in and makes it look easy.
Yeah, they're getting schooled right now.
They really are.
I haven't got a clue. There's too much speed, the Philippines right now, for this Chinese lineup.
You're right. And now the jumper is good. Another 3-pointer.
Oh, Chopeng's just given some signals there to number 4, Carl Cruz.
The only thing, if I'm Chopeng there, is that you're down 14. And now Castro goes back right at him. I mean, you can do the threes if you can show that you can come down and stop the Philippines. But if you're not playing any defense,
yeah, true.
just leave that one back in the locker room. Quote, no look. Another 3-pointer, this one from Ren. That's why they're leaving him in the game. 3-point shootout so far. It has erupted.
And you know, Castro's going straight at Guo too, trying to draw that 4th foul.
Has he gotten it?
This is going against Gen Lee, I think. Again.
I don't know.
No, it's against.
It is. It's his 4th foul.
Unreal.
And Du Feng, is he going to leave him in the game? No, he's finally going to take him out.
And you know, Castro went 3 times to the hoop, Jeff. He knows full well he's got 3 fouls. Are you going to play any defense on me with 3 fouls? And draws the 4th foul. I mean, that's just great, smart basketball for a great, smart player.
Both free throws good.
And the other thing I'm going to say, now you got Castro on a roll, and you got the youngster coming in to guard him, which is Wu Jiang, 33.
Stan Hardinger, meanwhile, back in the game, number 34. Norwood guarding Zhou. Zhou gets in the lane. Again, another 3-point attempt. And Li Gan comes in from behind. That 3 attempt was from Wu. 3:25 to go. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, Nick, you know, talking about that Chinese defense, Philippines have got 48 points, and there's still 3:15 remaining.
Yeah, incredible.
I mean, it has been anonymous.
They've gone
right.
They've gone now to zone to try and stem the tide against the man-to-man. So they got 1 miss right there. They've done well, the Chinese defense. But think about the shooters on this Filipino team. They're playing zone against them.
And Zhou has it knocked out of his hands. Up ahead is Pagoy. Matthew Wright He's going to get it back to Castro.
There's that zone again.
Norwood. And Stan Hardinger went up for the rebound and was able to draw the foul.
Fouls against Lee Gen, I think, again, 12. Just hanging on to Stan Hardinger as he went up to rebound. So Lee Gen picks up his third foul. Wow, the foul trouble for China's quite telling.
It's almost as if Stan Hardinger makes the first. It's almost as if they don't, you know, they're saying this game, if we don't win it, it's okay. We just move on. I mean,
I think there's always a feeling with any team that's a great team, you can't lose. And I think they don't think they can lose, and it won't dawn on them till they come out at halftime and look at the score. So that's where they're going to sort of, where they might sort of think, well, we could actually lose this game.
Who hands it off to Hu? Hugh, oh, he got away with a push there with his left arm. Shoved Stan Hardinger right off the court.
Big, strong move from Hu, though, I tell you. Just what the doctor ordered.
Philippines up 15. Stan Hardinger spins. And I was thinking taking a very difficult shot, but he still makes it.
That was an incredibly difficult shot, wasn't it? As soon as he spun to the base, I said, well, there's nowhere going there. Comes up with something out of nothing.
Ooh. And again, another attempt down low, but Hu just needs to learn to be in a rush.
You got to finish them.
Yeah.
Big man, you got to finish them.
Stan Hardinger this time gets his shot blocked by Hu. Already saying he wants a timeout, the next dead ball. Trying to swing it. Now Wu gets in again, passes out to the perimeter. And the drive is good. And from Liu.
Great passage of defense there from the Philippines. They matched every little extra pass on the offense. And eventually China come up with a scrapey bucket because there's no way they wanted to attack the hoop and were fearful of getting the shot block.
Ready for it with Jason. Okay, we're gonna run screen, Jason. Jason sets a screen for Gabe here. Okay, flare screen, drop back. Flare screen for Jason. We gotta get the ball to Jason. Okay.
好吧，35号投篮了，还有那个罗密欧啊和威廉两个不能投篮，打一个。打一个3，打一个3过来，有时间打一个3，稍微没有时间就直接挡拆了，好吧啊，空位大胆投篮没事，停的时间啊，停的时间太长了，加，加。
So Liu Feng played for China. What was it? 2004 Olympics? That was his last.
And the 08 Olympics.
He also played 08.
I think so, yeah. He was CBA Player of the Year in 04, I think it was. A big-time player in his time, that's for sure. Looking for a flare screen here for Castro. There it is. China just can't get out of foul trouble, Jeff. They can't play defense physically without reaching and getting into trouble. If we look at the comparison between teams, Philippines have 8 team fouls, and China are going to be 15, maybe 16.
Shot is good, so free throw. So So back up to a 16-point lead. China would like to get this down to 10 if they could. Philippines, meanwhile, would like to get up around 20.
Maybe 2 shots left in the half, possibly 3. Little 1-2-2 zone here for the Philippines.
Oh, nice. They just surgically cut open.
Yeah,
Philippines
beautiful
zone,
play.
no problem whatsoever.
Chopin, great player on the baseline, Jeff. Really is a good player. And that extra 2-3 steps into the lane, under the basket, wide open. Right at the back of the zone where you can't be seen.
Okay, we gotta get absolute last shot here, ha?
Yeah.
Japet, balik ka na para kay Raymond, okay?
No offensive foul, Jack.
Wala nang offensive foul, ha? Walang offensive foul, Japet, ha? Okay. Terence! Pugoy, ha? Okay, wala nang offensive foul, ha?
无击球你必须上来，懂吗？上大一点，这个时候空间会有，这里晃一下回到自己位置就可以了，好吧？拿一个球啊，给他回就好了。这里如果真的下身，这里稍微右侧防守点，往来加，篮板出。
Just imagine the other guys for China that they could bring into this team. Players that played in that team, obviously Yi Jianlin is the biggest, the best known. We've also got Wang Zealand, Zhou Qi. So there's a lot of big-time talent that's not there. So Philippines taking down the final seconds here of the first half. Castro bounce pass and well read by China. And they do get it off and they're short. So it's been a rather lively encounter here between Philippines and China. You might have thought that the Philippines would have been even further ahead, but nevertheless they are on top, 53-39 over China.
Look at those stats there, Jeff. Best half of basketball I think we've seen so far, isn't it? Philippines shooting 61% against the much taller Chinese team at 42 inside the arc. 5 of 9 Philippines. They are really very cautious about what three-pointers they take. Shooting a great percentage. Rebounding-wise, China dominating by 9. I guess it shows you how many points have been scored. Turnovers for China, 10 against 4 for Philippines. Everything favors the Philippines right now with a 14-point lead. There's got to be a comeback for the Chinese, and that halftime talk, I'm sure, by Coach Fu Deng is going to be important for them.
So 53-39, the Philippines on top at halftime over China. Well, what a first half of basketball we just had. 53 points scored by the Philippines, 39 by China. And Philippines certainly getting their fans excited. They're very excited at halftime as well. We also have to really wonder about that Chinese defense. I mean, it was anonymous at times. They just kind of almost got lulled in some freewheeling game by the Philippines that they just could not match. Yet, that said, they're only down 14 points. So China can come back quite easily, Mick.
Yeah, they're going to have to dominate two areas. One's inside, which they haven't done yet. They've thrown the ball in a couple of times, but you know, either the pass is not right, the post-up's not being right, the catch is not being great. So that's one area they have to improve on. And the other area is defensively, making sure that they keep the penetration to the Philippines down to a minimum. The Philippines love to penetrate and kick, love to penetrate and lay it up. This has to be an area that of improvement. And China will not change their style. That's pretty obvious right now. That would have changed in the second quarter. They're going to go 3 bigs and 2 guards. The 2 guards, well, no problem at all there, but you've got the youngster in Wu, 33, because 4 fouls go to Wu alone. It's going to be a tough ask, that's for sure. And Jeff, you look at the way they're matching up to hand the ball in here. Chopin can go back court if he straddles the line. Right now he's standing in the front court. Not sure what we're waiting for here.
Yeah, still got 15 seconds.
Officially. The clock ran too early. So Chopin is straddling the line here. We're ready to go.
Second half action underway now. Philippines on top, 53-39. We're in Beirut, Lebanon. It's day 2 of the FIBA Asia Cup.
Interesting offense there. You got Hu with the ball, number 21, and yet Wu, 33, comes and stands exactly in his space. It tells me that some of these kids don't know what they're doing in terms of offense. Now, Wu, 33, was getting a chewing out by Coach Du Feng the other night. I'm not sure that the Chinese bigs are big, there's no doubt about it, Jeff, but I'm not sure they're really what they want out there. Nice play there from Chopin.
Absolutely. That's the type of start they needed here for the second half, and let's see if they can lock down on defense now. Japeth Aguilar hands it off to Stan Hardinger. And he gets swatted by Hugh. Hugh looks at his left hand as if to say, I got fouled. Looked pretty clean. And the dump off of Zhou's hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, Renjun Fei there. You know, put it down to Jeff. Big man trying to make big plays. And sometimes you just got to let the ball move and get the guards come up with the goods.
Norwood hands it off to Wright. And Wright takes a pivotal shot and is fouled.
It's a foul. It's a foul because there was contact from Liu Xiaoyu, but
well, he lowered his arms, didn't he?
Yep. The arms aren't vertical.
Ooh, they've gotten away with a little push.
See, the arms are reaching over. There's contact, and the referees, they called it, no problem. I've seen them not called for sure.
So 14 points, the lead, and you know the free throw shooting for China also part of their problem in that first half. They were pretty profligate. They were 5 of 13. That's pretty bad. But the three-pointer. Here come the Chinese.
Yeah, Chopin, you're gonna have to get on top of him now. You're gonna have to make Chopin dribble. One thing he doesn't really, not his comfort area.
And Castro dumps it. Or bounce pass to Aguilar.
You know, Aguilar's got some hops, Jeff. There's no doubt about it. He's the most athletic player the Philippines have, and you put him in that low block, he finishes well.
Zhou Gets a little bit of space off the back of the iron. And good job by Wright to kind of tap it away, and then goes in with the left hand very cleverly.
Super move from Matt Wright, wasn't it? Changed hands in midair. Looked like he was going up with his right, then flipped to his left. The defender had gone right through. And everything China come up with, Philippines seem to match right now.
Another chance for China from the corner, and the three-pointer falls.
Big three there from Liu.
And that was on the baseline from Wright. And now China with a chance to run. Nope, they're going to hold it up. And good hands from Wright. He thought he knocked it off of Liu's leg, but the referee didn't see that. Three-pointer, good. Boy, the threes are falling for China now, big time. That was Wu.
Yeah, both guards there, Wu and Liu, back-to-back threes. Now they're making a little statement here, got it into single digits.
A bump.
It's Ren Junfei, that's his fourth foul, Jeff.
Oh, that was unnecessary. Yeah, they went away in that situation.
Li Gen will come into the end. He's got 3 fouls. You know, and if you look at the scoreboard, let's look at the stats, and that might be a better place to look. How many players haven't played for China? Well, 2 have not played, so don't go that deep into the bench.
Right for 3, good. Just seems to have the swag, doesn't he?
Well, he missed one just now, didn't he? Early one in the corner, but he wasn't even thinking twice about taking the next one on, and that was miles past the three-point line.
And Castro gets in there and gets the rebound. Right, went to St. Bonaventure, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Bunny. And nice quick pass, and the release from Stan Hardinger is good ahead of the Chinese defense.
Jeff talked about the penetration. If you don't cut that penetration down, you're going to get all sorts of problems when the help comes over. And right now, they're a little too slow, fleet of foot, the Chinese. Really struggling with the speed of the Philippines.
Who has the 15 points, but it's irrelevant if China don't stop the Philippines. They don't stop Gilas at the other end.
Yeah, there's only so many threes you can hit back to back, aren't there? You got to get some successes elsewhere. And if you go back to Hu, Jeff, the number 20, we saw him play in Dubai, and we saw him play in Crete. Dubai was the under-17 world champions. Crete was the under-19, so he's playing back-to-back world championships for the junior level. Here he is on this stage. To me, he's not the answer. He is not a 5-man. He's a 4-man that wanders around, sets screens. But who have you got in the post that's going to play? Now, if you go to that the Olympic team, is it Cho Chi? What's the big boy's name? 7'2" that played in the Olympics. Zhou Qi, yeah. Now he's a true center.
I think it's Key, yeah.
7'2", 7'3".
Yes.
And, you know, he's huge, and he can shoot jump shots, and but he's the real deal inside, isn't he?
Yeah, he's thin, but
just very thin. Exactly right. You know, I saw an out-of-bounds play that they ran for him. Digressing here, he ran the backdoor lob, and they just lobbed it through the end. He's dunked it. Just incredible. And there was like 0.3 of a second on the clock.
Offensive foul, setting the screen.
Jeff, I'm not sure. Okay, it was a. They did call foul against China. Was it Hu?
Yes, it was. Number 21.
Yeah, he
I think
was
it was
indeed.
setting the screen.
Yeah. I think the referee said he stuck his foot out.
Okay. As Castro explodes to the basket. Now kicks it out. It was interesting that, you know, you're talking about Jimmy Alapec being the great, or one of the great Filipino players, and he's we know that he's watching this game. He's tweeting away.
Is he? Well,
Speed kills. That's what he says.
Exactly
oh,
right.
look at this. The little runner. Oh, I thought he was going to go in for the dunk, and now China have it in the open floor. And they're going to go in and get rejected, but then the follow, and a good job by Lee Ginn. Hustling down and scoring with a putback.
Lee Ginn with the pump fake too.
Aguilar bounce pass. Hardinger is good.
Hey,
Matt Hardinger.
Jeff, you know what? Jim Alapec can talk about speed kills. You know what? Knowledge kills too. The knowing the game, and what a great penetration from Japa to Aguilar, and just dumping it down to Stan Hardinger. They're on a real tear right now, the Philippines. I don't think there's anything can stop these guys winning this game.
Well, three-pointer, no good. Matt Wright has it. Quickly up to Castro, and he accelerates, and the block. And China's bench take exception to that call, as Liu gets another one. Number 4 on him.
What's this now? Yeah, it's definite moving there from
sliding into it.
Liu Xiaoyu. Jeff, I'm going to give you something as well that you watch a lot of the Chinese players play. Fundamentally, he's very sound. There's another replayer there. The block shot down the other, the sky there from Aguilar.
The elevation.
The Chinese players play very robotic basketball. And you don't see it as much until you see a team like the Philippines who play a naturally flowing game. Look at the guards of the Philippines. Everything they do is very much in rhythm. And I don't see that necessarily with all Chinese players at this national team level. You know, when you split a nation's team into 2 teams, you're saying we've got great depth. But have you truly got great depth at the world level?
Let me ask you this. Have you seen enough here to say this Philippines team has podium potential?
In this tournament?
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely. No problem. Oh yeah, they've got everything. They always have had everything. It's just a matter of you know, like I said, when I saw him play France last year, again, Lee Ginn going to unload. Nice shot from him.
Three-pointer.
Another pump for the chest.
That's right, and their fans get up behind their bench, and still a 13-point deficit. So neither team able, you know, it's not a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. Right. Dribbles between the legs. Pulls up against Guo. And Stan Hardinger with the rebound, and Aguilar goes up. And good challenge from the young man, Hugh.
Great play. I mean, Stan Hardinger gets the offensive rebound. Aguilar's going up for the real facial. There had to be a contact there that the referees let go.
And again, offensive foul, hooking. Called against China.
Yeah, Lee Ginn's just gone a bit too physical. All credit to Gabe Norwood, did stay well away from it. Hey, talk about this podium, Jeff, and it's a good point. Yes, they do have a lot of potential to get to that podium, get that 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it. Where the Philippines I see as having problems at the world level, playing teams like France, the Canadas like last summer, where just laden with NBA players.
Romeo!
Romeo! Lights out right now, isn't it? Lights out.
Three-pointer in response.
You think the way the China score, nobody passes the ball. Guo's got the ball in his hands. It's pick and roll, 10-second shot.
Romeo over to right. He drills another one.
Pagoy, Jeff.
Oh, Pagoy is in the game. Sorry, Roger Pagoy.
That's the difference to me, the teamwork of the 2 teams.
And coming in for the rejection.
Second offense in a row, nobody touches the ball but Guo. And he's been sitting on the bench for 10 minutes. And if you look at the way China play, it's very, very much, we don't involve everybody. It's a lot of standing around. There's not many cuts, not many back screens.
Blue rattles in another three.
Yeah, he made a big one at the top of the key too. He's need to keep an eye on him, the Philippines.
They've hit some threes now. They've hit, is it 9 or 10? 10 of 20 for China for three. And then Guo pushes it quickly and scores. So that gets it back to an 11-point deficit.
And they get back in a hurry too, don't they?
And now a little bit too much one-on-one perhaps for Mr. Norwood. And will this be a turning point here? You get
well, 24's come in the game. Zheng Lingzhu.
13 turnovers, by the way, for China, 6 for Philippines.
Yeah. I say Zheng's come in the game, Jeff. He's only been in 30 seconds, and straight away he's made a good defensive play on Norwood.
Jalalong just come into the game. Number 6 for Philippines. First time we'll see him today. Remember, Calvin Abueva has been thrown out of the game after a headbutt. And now Guo needs to watch it. And he's exchanging a little bit of afters with Jalalong.
It's just time to walk away, fellas. Jalalong, look how quick he is, Jeff.
Well, Guo had no problem getting some space there. And great rebound from Aguilar, but then Jalalong wasn't able to collect it.
Aguilar's complaining something about his eyes. Maybe somebody just raked him across the face, possibly, as he went to outlet. Maybe a bit more composure from the big man.
Trying to get it into single digits. China from the corner. Well, Guo fed him, and it was wide open.
Yeah, that was Gu Quan there. It's a shocking shot, really. Nowhere near it.
Stan Hardinger traveled?
No, it was the previous. It was
okay.
Against Giovanni Jalalong. Just shuffled his feet as he came in, looking like a little boxer coming through the lane there. His feet moving.
Let's have another attempt, and this time it's good from Gu.
Yeah, they'll go pick and pop all day long.
Oh, the rejection, but the follow from the Philippines, the miss, and now China.
Oh, beautiful play.
Jalalong gets the steal.
Wonderful play from Giovanni Jalalong. Just stood his ground.
Here's Romeo. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? He buries it. Back to a 10-point game. And then look at that, Jalalong reaches in, knocks it out of Guo's hands. Now Romeo a little bit sloppy, and China have it. And they will get 2 easy points. And Romeo needs to do a little bit better as the point guard. You don't want to turn it over.
Oh, 5-second call.
And a quick 5, and well.
Good defense there from China. Tough one on Jalalong. You know, he was the only one left to get the ball inbounded, and he went away from the ball instead of coming to the ball. He might have drawn a foul, fighting his way to the other side of the court. Big time here for China. 40 seconds left, 8 down. Everything's around Guo right now. A lot of one-on-one. Nobody else touches the ball.
Oh, the dump and the easy one for Hugh. And this is as close as China have been in a very long time. 7 points now for Hugh. They trail by just 6. And how long can the Philippines go? Perhaps with Castro out of the game. There's Romeo. And the ball goes off of Aguilar's feet.
Yeah, it's a poor pass, wasn't it? And Aguilar in the corner for the shot. It's just not the option you want, is it? Jalalong with a poor foul down the other end. Only a 3rd team foul for Philippines. Unbelievably, Jeff, 2 in the quarter. With 9 seconds left, they've done really well to stay out of foul trouble.
Australian referee saying you got to inbound it down here. But they're going to get to Guo. He's going to get trapped. And now Wu hands it off to Guo. And Wu's going to launch one. And and the follow from you, I don't know. No, it wouldn't have counted, but nevertheless, China have got all the momentum. They've cut into that deficit at halftime. Now they trail by just 6 points. Can the Philippines hold on? That is now the question.
At the end of the third quarter, the score is 70 China, 76 Philippines.
Well, as you look at the stats, you can see the threes are falling for China now, 11 of 23. And they trailed in this game by 17 points. They've never led, but they have clawed it back to within 6 points. And now, how are the Philippines going to fare with this final 10 minutes? Because you feel like China just the pressure will continue to tell. Philippines did have some moments like that one where they might have scored. It'd be quite a famous win for China if they're able to get back and win this game, because they were definitely out of sorts.
Yeah, and they're not going to do it without Guo Ailun, the number 6 for the top-rated guard for China. But I guess my frustration with the way China play is sometimes everything goes through one or two people, and there's no real fluent teamwork.
Okay, so Pagoy is in now, number 16 in the right corner. Aguilar along with Almathan, who's checked in on the front line.
Third foul against Wu.
That's one thing that could ultimately also work against China is the foul trouble. With Liu, Guo, Li Gan, and Ren all with 4 fouls.
Yep. You've got 2 against Hu, 21. He's played major minutes tonight.
And Roger Pagoy is able to save it and just make it look easy. Oh, Romeo splits the D, but then misses. Aguilar keeps it alive. Can't get his hands to both hands on the ball. And now it's Guo. And Guo explodes in, and he gets rejected. Great play by Norwood and Aguilar to hustle back. Romeo again drives, draws the foul.
Jeff, it's that penetration from the point guard position. Romeo twice in a row. That time he didn't even need a pick and roll. He just did a little turn of pace and a big gap inside that Chinese defense. If they cannot prevent that penetration, you're not going to win games. Still got Castro to come off the bench too, and how devastating he can be for opposition teams.
So Romeo goes to the line and makes the first at the free throw line today. They've been very good, 20 of 25. So now they're 22 of 27.
But just the volume of free throws too. Is it 5 of 13 for China? Only been to the free throw line 13 times, as big as they are.
That's right.
Look at this, they're pointing to each other, people in the wrong place offensively.
Again, turns and Gu rather turns and gets rejected by Aguilar.
A lot of effort for no result, that's for sure.
Long way to go in this one, folks. Here's Romeo. Top of the key, good!
Yeah, they can't guard that position. There's no way China, if anybody, can guard any of the guards for the Philippines.
And so the referees blow the whistle with Almathan and Hu getting into it. Almathan looking like
Didn't see it, Jeff. Did you see it?
Hit in the mouth.
Yeah. Oh, he's still complaining. Yeah, elbow to the face. Let's have a look here. See, they cannot guard anybody at that position.
Watch after. He couldn't quite see it, but that shot takes it back to a 10-point lead. Whoa, step back, behind the back pass, or behind the back dribble. And
nice play from
good follow from Hu.
Yeah, good play. You know, it's all very good Guo Ailun getting that switch, but once you switch out with Aguilar will go and challenge a shot. He's got so much athletic ability.
Is that Pagoy, and Romeo gets in there, scraps. Filipinos getting after it, China getting after it, and now they're really wrestling for it. Look at that. They really want that ball. Hey, it's a jump ball, guys.
Somebody went flying.
It's almost an excuse to let them get in there and scrap. And now,
and Jeff, this is the worst situation.
The stewards have gone out there and tried to break things up. The Middle East security.
Well, they're police. They got police on the back. That's not security. Jeff, this is the worst situation. That jump ball, two players go on the floor because nobody wants to give up the ball. Fair enough, no problem. But that's when the melee happens and people join from the sides. I think if you replay this, somebody put Wu on his rear end in terms of a push. Wow, technical foul to both benches. I'm not sure what the point of that, Jeff, is.
Offsetting, so they're not going to take it.
Yeah, but I don't know why would you give a technical to both benches? What happened? I didn't see anybody get off the bench and join the melee.
Maybe it was somebody. Let me look on the. Just waiting to see what the official ruling was on the official scoring. Gu passes to the corner. Zhou back to Gu or Guo. And nice move from Guo.
Yeah, he's tough. He's tough. Finding little avenues to get in that lane.
Yeah, you're right. They were both bench technicals. And Romeo once again.
There's that smooth rhythm that the Filipino guards have, and I just don't believe these Chinese guards have the same amount of feel for the game. This young man does. Guo. First saw Guo play as a 16-year-old in the 2010 World Championships, Jeff, the number 6 for China.
He's already got 2 Olympic Games under his belt, doesn't he?
Yeah, he played in London, he played in Rio.
Hasn't won a game at the Olympics. He's 0-10.
Is he really? Wow.
Yeah, but all the Chinese players on those 2 teams. Here he is, putting up the 3!
He can shoot, there's no doubt about it. He is the top-class player in this Chinese team, but mark my words, he's the only one they got.
It's now a 5-point game. Stan Hardinger. Romeo keeps it, drives in. Oh, he did all the hard work, but then he missed the easy one.
Tough one. There's the youngster in the game, Yu, 19.
With Guo looking for some space again. Pulls up just behind the line. It's good.
Jeff,
don't look now, but Guo Ailun has arrived.
Oh, he made 5 or 6 in practice, exactly the same off the pick and roll. You got to come and challenge that. You cannot leave that open.
Now the lead just 3 points for Gilas. Three-point attempt from Romeo misses badly. An unsportsmanlike foul. Who is it called on? Is it Almathon?
Yeah, it is 20. Almathon's come and done something that the referees didn't like. It's a game turner right there, isn't it? Game changer.
And Castro's going to come back in. Now Guo's going to go to the line. I wish I could see what it was.
Jeff, I'm surprised Castro's been on the bench for so long. I don't think he was in the game at the end of the third period, so it's taken him 4 minutes and 2 seconds to get him in.
Yeah, you're right.
As well as Pagoya's played. You know, Romeo's played really well at the point, but I think that little 1-2 punch with Castro is much needed, and they've let him creep back in the game. That's the important thing.
So Joe is taking the free throws and not Guo. I wonder if Guo was offended by that foul. They weren't technical, so it was unsportsmanlike, so they had no choice but to put him up there. Now it's a 1-point game, and China, incredibly, despite as well as the Philippines have played in long stretches of the game, despite having been on top by 17, China on the verge of taking the lead. Liu hands it off, and China have moved in front.
Beautiful play, wasn't it? And how well has Hu played? He's a ball tracker, that's for sure. He gets in good positions.
Castro gets in lane, puts up a runner.
Ooh, tough shot.
Oh, that was a tough shot.
Yeah, into the shot clock too, I think. Very, very close.
13 points for the star of the Philippines. Now, shifty move there by Guo. And then he gets blocked by Aguilar. Oh, and it's going to be China ball.
Good call. I think this has definitely come off Gabe Norwood last of all.
Tremendous block.
It was indeed. Second time I think Aguilar's come out there.
And Guo feeds inside to Hu, and it goes up, and an and one. And the young man showing at 19 years of age, he might just be ready for this level.
Well, you know what? If you're feeding him balls into the lane where he's got open layups, he's going to finish the big fella. Nice play again from Guo. Look at his pick and roll. They semi-double it. They're almost better off switching it, Jeff, and just dicing with the fact that you're going to have to deal with a mismatch.
Does not convert, however. And again, those free throws for China have been a problem today. 7 of 16 from the line.
It's 5 for Guo.
And that is perhaps the best thing in the world that could have happened for the Philippines.
Yeah,
Guo has fouled out.
wow, all the offense for China, and this fourth quarter has gone through. Number 6 for China, Guo. So now you're going to have to find some more heroes. Well,
Wu's going to come in.
and who has been the focal point in terms of the passing, but who can get in the ball there?
And we've got Liu as well. He's on 4 fouls, so he could go shortly. Here's Castro. Has the ball knocked out of his hands, and looks like a break for the Philippines. They'll keep it, but with just 5 seconds.
It's come off Wu last of all, so lucky for Castro. Timeout for China here. That's interesting, Jeff. Why would China call timeout here with an inbounds for the opposition?
4 minutes, we're only down by 1. No more switch on the ball screen. Okay.
Philippines timeout.
Make the inbound, ha? Okay. We come here, Japet, dito ka, ha? Okay, we set that screen here for Terence.
Become
Okay,
the leading
Terence,
scorer. 18
Jason.
points.
Okay, Christian. Okay,
Guo has
screens.
18-2 for China.
Okay, parents, take a look. If it's not there, if it's there.
Romeo's
please touch
17 on the
screen for
scoreboard
Jason.
there, Jeff. Is
And
it
don't
18
come
on
down,
the,
just stay up
official
here.
stats then?
Okay, while we're
what I've
doing
got.
this,
Yeah, I see what
on
you
this
mean.
movement,
Wonder why they
parents,
don't.
go
That's-
up, jump it, back screen right there.
Guo
Okay,
has,
okay.
东吧，从那个我就，他们走外线。
学嘛强势感啊，往强势感一定缓出来，要我缓，注意明确的缓，哎，注意这个不能掉过来，
不要让他压到你身前，不要让他压你身前就行。
然后过来，小雨
They've done a lot of
跟
the
拿球
business
小
for
雨
China.
哎，换了突破，突破以后连续突破，连续突破。
7 rebounds, so he's not that far off a double-double. Actually leads China in rebounding, does the young man who Castro gonna try to create, puts up a little runner. Aguilar tried to knock it out of the hands. China run, and Stan Hardinger commits the foul.
There's a couple of fouls. There was a foul early on the foul line that could have been called. Not sure they're in the bonus yet, Jeff. I'm trying to look at the screen. Third team foul for the Philippines.
Yeah, each team has 3 team fouls.
So here's the
in the
problem
fourth
now.
quarter.
Can China conjure up some magic from that point guard position now?
Wu's going to take it from the top. He's going to miss it. The scrap and the offensive rebound and put back.
Huge shot there from the number 19, only fresh in the game. Yu Dehao.
Romeo goes behind his back. He's going to put up a 3, and he's going to make it. He's got some moxie, doesn't he?
Huge shot from Romeo. Fading away.
Quick pass inside, and he's projected this time by Aguilar.
You know, Japeth Aguilar just took his time, didn't he, before he got in there?
And the explosion, traveling is the call against Castro.
Castro just took a little extra step, didn't he? Little shuffle of the feet when he's trying to explain to the crowd, the coach, what I did. It's a Euro step. It's a feeling step. Still going at it.
I forgot to mention that Hu also has 4 blocks, but that last one for Aguilar has given him 5 for the game. And the jump shot and the follow. And the ball went up and hit off of the scoreboard.
Wow.
Sorry, the game clock, the shot clock. I'll get it there.
Chopin's waving his hands to say, I'm not sure what they're arguing about here. What do you think it hit, Jeff?
I didn't see it. I was looking down at the stats.
Chopin said, I mean, the Chinese players are arguing against it. Drama again as Yu Dehao goes down.
Under 3 minutes to go now. Which team wants it more? Well, the way Romeo has been shooting it, wouldn't be surprised if he put it up. Now he's facing some pressure. He needs to give it up. Nope, he's going to put it up, and he's going to make it. He is just as hot as a Filipino firecracker. Wow.
Hey, just wheel and deal, Jeff. And when you're hot, you are smoking hot. What a great move from Now, Yu Dehao, the youngster's trying to guard him in the lane here. Does a pretty good job. But at the very last minute, Romeo just separates with a bit of a body bump. Leads to a little fadeaway. The shot he's made time and time again in the gym.
我不管谁落在哪里，看清楚。1、2、
Wow, what an end to this game.
传一侧，传周鹏内侧，切，你又上来，翻过来，传给拿住球
Fouled
那
out
个
of the
人，
game
别着急。
for China. He picked up those 4 fouls in the first half. He made it all the way
You
in
can
the
go
second
under
half.
that.
He became
If
really
they set a high
China's
screen, then you can
player
go
right
under.
there with
But when they come back to twist,
23
you make sure you go over that, okay?
They're setting up the movement.
Fouled out.
Because they're hitting
Setting up the movement.
Okay?
So they lost
Stop to the
their
center to the
leading
foul ball.
scorer.
Set up to the movement. Smart.
Just look at China too. We talked about how the philosophy of playing three bigs and 2 smalls. They're going to come out now with 3 guards. With you got Liu Xiaoyu, and 33 Wu Jian on the floor. So they're going small ball as such. And Chopin at 3. Well, he's using a normal 3. He moved to the 4 now, so it's a smaller lineup for China to match with the speed of Philippines.
2.5 minutes remaining. Zhou Ping and the miss, and Aguilar soars high to bring it down.
Ping's had 2 good looks, Jeff. Foul here from Yu. He's trying to deny the ball to Terence Romeo. 19 for China here, Yu Dehao.
Now they've got another shooter in Matt Wright.
Jeff, they're going to get the ball to Romeo, and he's going to dance the dance with the young 19, number 19 for China. Here we go.
Yu.
Now they've switched on this one.
Wu's got him.
Back to Wu now.
Now a little bit of a shimmy, and now the three is just electric. This is quite possibly the best performance we've seen. Really.
Put him in the cooking pot. Let's see what's for lunch.
And Zhou has it taken away by guess who? Romeo. And Castro hustles down, maybe in a little bit too much of a rush.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's dance the dance now.
He's got 25.
Let's go to work.
He's white hot. He's Terence Romeo. He says, I'm going to turn this one over. And then William hustles back. Excuse me, Castro, Jason Castro William. It's a 5-point lead for the Philippines. That was a big stop by China. And
Romeo just forgot he'd made all the jump shots previous to that. This little fadeaway, son. Gonna give him a break now. Gonna cool him down a bit.
I just wonder, is that the right decision?
Yeah, he'll be back. Another 20 seconds, get him back in there. No one's a good defender. I like the way he plays.
Gives him some more length.
Yeah, exactly right. Because China have downsized.
And still, Wu gets an opening, and Matt Wright goes up for the rebound.
They missed 3 big jump shots, China, and they're going to pay the price for it.
Castro, oh, he finds Stan Hardinger. The Philippines have stretched that lead back up to 7 points, and there's only 52.5 seconds remaining. This is the sign of a good team that can have that lead go away, and they've been able to maintain that mental strength to go back in front.
Jeff, we're going to go back to, you take Guo out of the game.
Yep.
He's such an influential player, Guo Alun. Without him, China don't really have that position nailed down.
Oh, how Guo would like to be out there, but look at the Filipinos.
Get free, okay?
Rebound,
In the
rebound.
house,
That's
back in their team.
But if his man gets
And
a
anytime
screen,
you beat
you're
China,
screening.
it's a big deal
Okay, then you
in
can
Asia.
switch that,
So
okay?
they are on the cusp
On the small
of
guys,
very
small guys,
impressive
just
and
keep going
important win,
over.
perhaps.
Big guys
The
push.
grand scheme
Don't
of
give up a
things,
three. Don't give up a
pressure
three.
eases a bit. The Philippines gain a little bit of confidence. And who knows? Still 52.5 seconds to go. More and more the Philippines have gotten the experience, haven't they? World Cup in 2014. They played those tough games in China 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's a hardened team. They're resilient. They've been many places. They've played in front of huge crowds.
Oh, Lee again gets open and puts up a 3 and misses. But Norwood was maybe a little too close to him. And look, great play by Castro, and Norwood wisely holds it up. And now Wright just goes right in and puts it in. And the rejection this time, Lee in. swatted from behind the arc. Well, say what you want to about Gilas Pilipinas, but they've come out today and they are going to get an impressive result against the Far East Giants. It's not going to win them anything, but it's going to bolster their pride for sure. Here's Castro. And that is how it finishes. And you can see a little bit of bad blood stirring up between these teams. I wonder if we're going to see shake hands after. 96-87, the Philippines beat China.
Yeah, well, what a great game. And, you know, all credit to the Philippines. They deserved it. They got out to a big, big lead. China pegged them back with some wonderful work from Guo Ailun. There you see his stats there. Both teams 59 and 48% inside the arc, and superb numbers. Rebounding not much because there weren't many missed shots, and 33 assists between the two teams.
Well, maybe this will turn into a good loss for China. They needed to be jarred on the opening day, but without Guo, you know, it was a tough old ask over that last 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
The Philippines and Romeo took full advantage. Romeo quite clearly the player of the game. You got to really salute Aguilar as well for his defense. I mean, he was sensational. I think he probably ended up with a game high in blocks.
I'll even go to Almathan in the first half. His 2 dunks. I mean, it seems such a long time ago now, but you know, 96-87. That's a hell of a game, Jeff.
Are you sure that happened this year?
Yeah, and you know, I love the way you can come anywhere in the world, Jeff, and you will always find. We went to Dubai, and the gym was packed with Filipino supporters. Remember that?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter where you go, you will find Filipino supporters come out in their masses. And what a great day this has been for these guys. And they'll be back in 2 days' time for game 2 of this. Tremendous stuff.
Interesting. You know, you talk about contributions all the way around, and obviously Romeo's jump shooting was tremendous in his overall playmaking. But, you know, different players did different things. You talked about Almathan. Well, he ended up with 9 points. You had Stan Hardinger, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Good game from him. You had Norwood, had just the 3 points. Didn't take that many shots, but he had 3 blocks. He had 3 steals. And
is the man of the moment right there, Terrence Romeo. Yeah, I saw him a year ago go head-to-head with Tony Parker, and it electrified 10,000 people in that arena that night. And you know, he didn't back down from Tony Parker. It was just a great battle, one-on-one of 2 guards going at each other. Obviously, Tony Parker is Tony Parker, the supreme legend, but it was fun to watch.
so where do these teams go from here? As you look at the highlights, Philippines. Well, they're going to be flying after this result. They'll take on Iraq next in Group B, and then they'll finish up in Group B against Qatar and China. Obviously, they will face Qatar next and then end up against Iraq. So I don't think there's any danger that China would miss out on getting into that next stage.
Yeah.
And maybe, you never know. I mean, maybe a loss like this will help sharpen the focus. Maybe it'll do them some good. But you know, I remember in 2015 they almost lost a game to Korea at the start of the tournament. They won it, and then they, you know, it seemed to kind of put them into a higher gear, and they went on and went unbeaten in that tournament. And so maybe losing a game like this won't bolster their confidence. Maybe it'll hurt them. And the competition is tougher as well with Australia and New Zealand, so a lot to be seen. Thanks for watching, everybody. One last time, it's the Philippines winning it over China, 96-87.